The 1,000 Days of Love campaign was designed by Episcopal Relief Development to be a grassroots campaign that worked with Episcopalians primarily to raise funds to expand our work with children around the world. And the work that we focus on is all of our work with children, but most directly, I would say it's moments that matter. And ECD work, early childhood development work. 1,000 days is roughly 3 years. The first 1,000 days of life is pivotal in a child's development, particularly in their brain development. The work of Episcopal Relief Development focuses largely on those first 3 years and then builds on that work.
It's really easy to forget that every child has the same needs no matter where they are, and that the inequities of the world are so out of balance that it can be really easy to forget that the experience we have in this country that's really well resourced, even though there are inequities. But there's something universal about responding to the needs of newborns and those early developmental years.
To me, this campaign embodies being the hands and feet of Jesus. We are serving little children and their families, giving them the tools that they need to be successful, independent, and productive throughout their lives.
The mission of this campaign and the vision, and that people are caring for children, whether it's mothers, fathers, extended family, grandfathers, cousins, siblings. The fact that they're being taught how to nurture a child to their best ability is something that really resonates with me.
As I was beginning the campaign, I was a new father. My son was born in 2016, and I started working this campaign in 2019. So he was thoroughly situated within that first 1,000 days. It just became very real. It became very real that my child is so vitally important to my existence as a human being at this point. But also each child is vitally important to their families.
John 10:10 says that, of course, a thief comes to do three things: to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But Jesus Christ came to give life, and life in its fullness. So we are here to contribute the co-creation, just ensuring that young children have life, and they have life in its fullness, to ensure that the young children grow and grow to the full potential.
As a bishop who cares about these things, whether the folks are right here in Indianapolis or in Ghana, places where we have great impact, that we would want to support it. And so I'm excited by what this campaign has accomplished.
It takes a multitude of people working together. It's like a mosaic of individuals, each their own position within the greater picture, that superhero image that says, look what we've done together. But if you focus in, if you zero in, you really see that no, it's thousands of tiny pictures, thousands of tiny individuals and hearts and souls and minds who work together to create this larger image that shows a fullness of life. What I've realized throughout the course of this campaign is that no one person can be responsible for the success of this campaign.
The more people who are involved and engaged, the more beautiful, precise, and focused the vision is, being the body of Christ together.
It goes to trust and relationships.
We know how Episcopal Relief and Development shows up. There are photographs that I've taken of women holding babies on their hip as they are going about the tasks of life that I cherish, because I want to not forget as I go about my busy life that there are moms who are moms like me trying to do the same thing under much more challenging circumstances.
Mutual reciprocity is when both parties come together for the common good with the gifts that they have to be able to make a better space for each other, rather than one part doing more than the other, tying stories together that otherwise wouldn't be tied together.
One of the most important things about this campaign was that from the very beginning, from day one, we knew we didn't want to just have a fundraising campaign. We knew it was going to be more important to us to provide resources, opportunities for those people who would engage with us as donors or beyond, to have some kind of reciprocity, to have a relationship And everything that we created was around that aspect.
Identifying the 9 gifts that all children need to thrive was definitely a part of the vision. Most of the resources emphasized how these gifts nurture children to their fullest potential.
At a time when we were all hunkered down and isolated from one another and really focused inwardly on ourselves and caring for our families, all for good reason, this campaign gave us an opportunity to look outward and to focus on children and communities around the world and to help transform their lives, all without leaving home. The curriculum and programming and training was all co-developed with partners on the ground in Zambia and Kenya, all based on World Health Organization, evidence-based research about what children need. The programming, after being co-created with folks in Zambia and Kenya, was piloted and then adjusted and tweaked. It's all done at the community level.
My husband and I were moved to become donors to the campaign for a variety of reasons. First, the importance of helping children at the most important developmental stages of their lives. Second, that we work alongside with local people. The centers are almost exclusively run by people in the villages where the centers are. And it's a very efficient use of donor dollars. We provide funding, but the bulk of the work is done by local people who are invested in their communities.
My name is Tobias Aulo. Our work focuses a region called Nyanza region, which currently has 5 counties. So the region borders the lake, the great Lake Victoria. That is one of those big freshwater lakes. Our children need to be shown love beyond giving money for them to go somewhere. They need to be carried, need to be laughed with. So we have had a lot of interactions. Some are direct support to the child. Some are supporting the structures that support the child. That is supporting the caregiver and also supporting the community around, because a child is as good as the community. We can also say that Episcopal Relief Development have actually looked at us as real partners. The fact that they fund us, they have not dominated our thinking. We think together as partners. We bring what we think we are seeing from the community and community ways of dealing with the things. And then they say, okay, this looks good. Why don't we support in this manner? So we find it is a real, what I would describe as a more of a symbiotic engagement. And that has really given better results.
We want more people to be able to connect to their own agency, to be able to understand that they have power. They have power in their lives. They have the ability to help their own children reach their full potential. And in that same way, we wanted the campaign to reflect that core value of our organization to the church, and saying that you as individuals in the church, as churchgoers, as clergy or lay people, have power to spread love, to spread light, and to ultimately make your communities richer and full of places. I don't think Jesus saw people in terms of deficit. Jesus saw people in terms of the beauty, the holiness, the God within them. And I think that's really what it's all about. The baptismal covenant of the Episcopal Church says as much. We seek to serve Christ in all people, loving our neighbor as ourselves.
From this campaign, I would recommend to Episcopal Relief and Development that the campaign can be expansive because we're more accessible. You can have more voices involved in implementation and planning, etc., because we can be approachable in a whole different way. COVID's opened up the door of digital resources and accessibility.
Being called to deepen our connection with brothers and sisters around the globe is a vital expression of beloved community. Building a world in which everyone experiences abundant life and the opportunity to grow and thrive into their full God-given potential.
It's helped us to really work across those silos that are just a part of institutional living.
I found myself having conversations that I don't think I would have otherwise had, just because of the particular focus that this campaign took. I'm praying that those conversations will lead to action.
It was this moment of realization for me that it's about connecting people to people.
We are followers of Jesus, the Episcopal branch of the Jesus movement, which is loving, liberating, and life-giving.
As we save children, we save the world. We save ourselves. This campaign, this effort, is about saving the world by saving and making a difference in the lives of the children of the world. Do all you can, and thank you, and God bless you.